So, as we see now, menstruation is just one routine step in a normal and natural cycle that is going on continuously within the body.
Yes, from the opening between my legs. This is a used sanitary pad. I fold it over. Now I wrap it up. This way it won't make any mess.
Okay, a TV ad for tampons has been banned by the Advertising Standards Authority for Ireland after it received a whopping 84 complaints by people who were deeply offended enough to bother complaining about an ad that just teaches people how to put these into their vaginas, and I actually can't.
You gotta get them up there, girls. Just pull it, lock it, and put it in.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
This has annoyed me so much, and I don't even use tampons. I'm a pad girl, okay? But look, we're here anyway. I do have Lappy Top here to make sure that I'm not getting any of this wrong, but some of the words used by these very brave soldiers of shame, these people who complained, described the language used in the ad as crude, vulgar, embarrassing. They thought it should be more discreet, less crass, less sexual. Some people actually considered this ad to be sexualizing the wearing of a tampon. One complainant said that the language and imagery may give the false impression to young men that if young girls were using tampons, that the likelihood was that they were having sex. These people thought this ad was unsuitable for daytime television in case young children would be watching. Like, God, save the children from their bleeding vaginas. Give me fucking strength.
But there comes a time somewhere between the ages of 11 and 17, though about 13 is average, when the pituitary must turn part of its attention to maturing the body which it has grown.
This is a tampon, this is a tampon, this, and this are tampons.
I got my period when I was just 11 years old, and because of stuff like this, this kind of attitude and no one ever talking about it, it was borderline traumatizing for me.
And I legged it into my mom's room. I was like, Mom, help! Like, I really was terrified and I was crying and everything like that. And she just started laughing at me and she was like, oh, would you hear it? She just gave me pads. And I just remember sitting in the bathroom like, what is happening? And she was like, oh, you're a woman now. And I was like, what does that mean?
Now look, if you've just stumbled upon this rant and you don't follow me, and you know, why aren't you following me? Go on, subscribe. You do want an Irish internet grandmother. I'm 31. I don't know how to use TikTok, so I am allowed to claim that term. My name is Melanie Murphy. I chat all things lifestyle on this channel, and one of those things is periods. Over the past 8 years, I have worked with period companies, pads that soak up my monthly bleeding for the past 18 years of my life. So thanks guys. And I had a whole little mini series about periods. You know, I'll talk about female focused subjects like this every chance that I get, frankly, because I'm sick and tired of this deep rooted shame around women's bodies that seems to be particularly deep rooted here in Ireland where I live. Vaginas aren't just sexual things. They're not just for orgasms and sex toys and fingers and penises, and although they're also for those things, and God help you trying to have a conversation in Irish media anywhere about those things, so that's why we talk about those things as well on this channel sometimes. But yeah, vaginas are not just sexual things. Obviously they bleed, they have periods, they can birth humans, which mine will be doing in just a few short weeks. A vagina is a bit of your body, like your ear, or I don't know, maybe a bit more like your mouth. You know, you use your mouth to kiss and to maybe give a blowjob, but you also use it to eat and cough through, and our vaginas are just there. And you know, half the population is female, and this view that a vagina is some kind of sexual thing, it's taboo, you shouldn't talk about it, don't say that on television, don't acknowledge what we have to go through on a monthly basis, like many of us, to deal with periods and stuff. That's not the female perspective. Kind of the same thing when it comes to tits, actually. You know, tits, boobs, I love them. I'd stare at them all day. They're very, very lovely. I don't really know what the attraction is. I just really love breasts. But, you know, they feed small human beings. You know, they have a function. And what's interesting is about 100 years ago, most Irish babies were breastfed, and now only about half are. I believe we have the lowest breastfeeding rate in Europe. And I know that there are a lot of reasons for that and personal choice comes into it and stuff like that. But I definitely think a big part of it is the sexualization here of boobs and the dirty looks you get if you whip out your tit to feed your baby in public, you know. You see it all the time, like, how dare she do that in front of everyone? Oh my God, like, people just look so offended, genuinely offended. It's baffling. Researchers often use words like shy when they're describing conversations around breasts and breastfeeding with women. All of this body shame does my head in. Tits, boobs, vaginas, period blood, breast milk. I don't care if this video gets demonetized. I'm not going to stop talking about these things because my videos do get demonetized if I speak about these things, because advertisers do not want to be associated with content that features any words like this. That's how deep rooted this is, you know. You'll watch a war movie, or even, like, I don't know, you'll see the news and they'll be talking about horrible things that are happening and there'll be ads on there, you know. I'm really making this video for especially anyone following me who has children around them. If you're an auntie or an uncle, or if you're a parent, if you're going to be a parent, if you're a teacher, anything like that, please bring the next generation up to have less shame around their bodies, please, because it does long-term damage. You know, it can lead to sexual dysfunction, it can lead to the inability to have an orgasm, it can lead to just embarrassment being naked in the presence of a partner, and this shit takes years to unpack. It can. And would we not be better off spending those years, you know, trying to change the world a little bit for the better? Because look at the fucking state of the world, man. This is pointless, wasted energy. And if this video somehow makes it to one of these 84 people who complained about this ad, I really hope that you reconsider going through all that effort the next time. That's something greatly helpful to many young people. Slightly offends you. Maybe look inward a little bit. Maybe have a little courage to start these conversations with people in your life. Yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. What do you think about all this? Please leave a comment and like if you liked the video. Share it, please. Subscribe, and I'll see you again in another video very, very soon.